What's going on, Imperials? The Johto region already has its fair share of issues with shiny Pokemon, being somewhat inconsistent. For some, that's alright, but for others it's a shame. But if they've changed once before, who's to say it can't happen again? So, here are the Johto shiny Pokemon I would fix. Number 6. Togepi and Togetic. These eggish Pokemon have maybe some of the worst shinies around. Their blue spots turn red, and their red spots turn blue. That's it. That is a poor showing for such an iconic Pokemon for its region. And it's another one of those shinies that if you're not paying attention, you could miss, because it's not an overly noticeable difference. I don't see why they're so dead set on red and blue. That was last gen. We're in gold and silver now. Wait, gold? Silver? Their shiny forms should have gold and silver spots on them. It's genius! Not only can you actually tell a difference now, but it's a representative of the fact that Togepi was introduced in red and blue, but actually belongs with the gold and silver era. I guess Togekiss would eventually get this too, but let's just focus on these ones for now. Number 5. Houndour and Houndoom. These two are some of my favorites in all of Johto. They're intimidating and clearly demonic. Just as a side note, I love how they're classified as dark fire types instead of fire dark. It's subtle, but it really tells you what they're all about. The normal shinies are blue, and that looked great in the second generation, but after that they got to use more colors and then it started to look off to me. I clearly have no issues with blue shinies, but keeping their snout and underbelly the same color as before just really clashes with the blue that they're trying to go for. So, I decided why not go all out and really let their bad sides through. Making them red only furthers their insatiable bloodlust and ensures no one would dare cross them for fear of being dragged to the nether. It also makes it look like their fire is about to go critical. So I think changing an awkward blue to a striking red could make these shiny hounds suitable once again. Number 4. Scizor. Scizor is undoubtedly a fan favorite, an intimidating metal bug that comes from one of the fiercest Gen 1 Pokemon around. His sleek red armor looks incredibly cool, giving him a race car vibe. But that all comes to a grinding halt with its shiny form. Scizor's shiny becomes a sickly green color, almost the same as Kabutops. Scyther barely changes, but Scizor becomes the new mascot for Mucinex. I think it would be much better to make him blue in his shiny. This way, he still looks intimidating against opponents, and he can still be the living embodiment of a high-powered vehicle. Blue Scizor would make a perfect counterpart to the original and bring pride back to this bug line over their lackluster shinies we have now. Number 3. Espeon. Umbreon has one of the best overall shinies in my opinion, so it's really a shame that its counterpart was not blessed and instead was stuck in the unsightly green crowd. It's gotten somewhat better since the switch to 3D, but really, most Evolution shinies could be better in my opinion. Espeon is a very regal and powerful Pokemon, so that should be reflected here as well. That's why I think giving it an off-white sheen would be an excellent fit. It amps up the mystique surrounding this psychic, feline? Canine? Anyway, it makes Espeon shine with glory instead of radioactivity. And it makes it a nice pair with Umbreon, representing the light counterpart to Umbreon's dark. It is called the Sun Pokemon after all. I'm not even claiming that this idea is original to me, but if Espeon were off-white, it could finally have an edge over some of its brethren. Number 2. Magcargo. Slugma and Magcargo are incredibly slow lava slug snails, and I respect them greatly for not conforming to the obvious bug typing. Slugma's shiny is generally accepted as being great, simply letting it turn a light gray color. I know I criticized this last time, but this is different. When molten lava cools, it turns gray and solidifies into solid rock. This is clearly seen in Magcargo's shell and added rock typing. So, Slugma Shiny is grounded in science. Magcargo is no such thing. I guess they just liked pink better than keeping with geological accuracy? It's not that Magcargo looks horrid, it's just that it doesn't have any significance, while Slugma does. So, if I were in charge, I would have definitely made Magcargo gray as well. It should keep a little glow of heat around the edges, just to ensure that it's not completely solidified. Letting this Pokemon carry over its real-life inspiration of its previous form would have made it so much better for a shiny in my opinion. Or, at the very least, they could have kept it the blue color from Generation 2. Number 1. Ho-Oh. This legendary bird and rainbow Pokemon is a sham, because there are no rainbows here. I understand that sprites had their color limitations back when Gen 2 came out, so getting so many colors was pretty good, but once Gen 3 rolled around, they didn't bother updating the design, even though that they had done that for so many others. The shiny form of Ho-Oh takes the gold and silver theme literally, and while this is lauded by some, I want more colors out of this guy, not less. That's why I think Ho-Oh deserves to have its shiny form actually be rainbow colored. I'm talking the whole thing, from Roy all the way down through G and Biv. It doesn't even have to be its whole body, it can just be the outside feathers. It may have been impossible before, but I know that they can do it on this current engine because I've seen it. M&JTV had an arguably better shiny rainbow Ho-Oh than I was able to color in fully rendered glorious 3D. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It may just be because I'm more of a silver man, but Ho-Oh desperately needs to have a shiny that will finally let it live up to its classification and finally let us get a real rainbow Pokemon. So, those are the Johto shiny Pokemon I would fix. There were of course many other possibilities, so let me know your picks down in the comments. Also be sure to leave
Hold up, you've been gone for a month and now you're back like nothing's happened? What gives?
Look, I know it's been a while, and part of that was my own fault, getting distracted by the holidays. But on top of having some computer troubles, for the last few weeks, I've been sick, having completely lost my voice, meaning I couldn't record anything. Ironically, I did get a new microphone during this time, but it was no use since it was basically like Incineroar had used Throat Chop on me. So I apologize for the unexpected hiatus, and I hope to not let that happen again in the future. However, it was very encouraging to see that my channel still showed some growth in that time. Imperials are always the best, and you too can become one today. We'll see you around next time.